Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Colonel's Corner. Joining us today is Wilkes University football head coach Jon Drach to discuss their Week 6 victory at Lycoming and preview their Week 7 game against Keystone College. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the game against Lycoming. 48-35 win. Big day on offense for Elijah Jules, 125 yards, a season best so far. Talk about his performance and the offense as a whole.
I think on the offensive side of the ball, we stayed extremely balanced throughout the course of the game between Elijah and JJ. Both those guys did a really good job on the ground. And then up front, we played really well. You know what I mean? They did some pretty interesting things for us. Up front, they were big and they were strong, and there was definitely a veteran group for them on their defensive line. And we were able to handle that all day. We did some things with putting the formation in the boundary, and we could kind of get what we wanted when we wanted it on the offensive side of the ball. I thought Isaiah played pretty well, and then our receivers made some pretty big plays down the field at points in that game too.
And the defense made a huge stand late in the game to hold the lead, forced 4 turnovers on the day. What impressed you from their efforts?
I think that for them, Talon Murray, again, coming up with some really big plays. You know, that touchdown to kind of start the game after we had gone 3-and-out was a huge play. You know what I mean? That put the momentum square back in our favor, and then we were really able to pile on throughout the course of the rest of that game. I mean, it was a 2 or 3 score game, majority of the game, right down until the very end. And they gutted it out. They made some really tough contested catches down the field and that we need to be able to break up. But overall, I thought the D-line played really well. We limited them on the ground. We made them one-dimensional, which is one of our goals on the defensive side of the ball. We want to be able to make teams one-dimensional as much as we possibly can.
Now, looking to this weekend, you guys welcome Keystone College to Schmidt Stadium. What have you seen from them on film this week?
Pretty balanced group. I think that they are getting older and older with their program now. They actually have seniors in their program, and Coach Higgins has done a really good job of getting those guys ready on a week-to-week basis. They come out and they play really, really hard, whether it's on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, or special teams. They have those guys flying high, and they've got a great mix of upperclassmen now and then some young players that are making plays for them too. They're pretty efficient running the football on the offensive side of the ball, and then on the defensive side of the ball, they just give you a lot of different looks and really try to confuse that decision maker back there at quarterback and stop that run game as much as they possibly can. So it's going to be a real challenge for us to play a defense that's not quite as similar to what we usually play. But at the same time, I know we're going to be ready for that challenge.
And speaking of getting ready, how has practice looked for the Colonels this week?
Practice has been great. You know, with fall break this week and having the kids' full attention, they stopped having classes, I believe, on Wednesday this week. So we've kind of had their full attention throughout the course of the week. So we're hoping that we get a really point in the game. We want to try to get as focused as we possibly can. You know, I think that's a big thing for me is that we need to be focused on this week. We need to concentrate on what this opportunity is for us, and this opportunity is to play Keystone.
And that game kicks off at 12 p.m. at Schmidt Stadium on Saturday. Coach, thank you all, as always, for the time, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.